What is up, ProGuides family? I'm Sergeant Frost, and I'm back again with a Valorant 2.0 patch rundown. Today, we are taking a look at the latest patch coming to Valorant, which will be rolling out in most regions today. With that being said, let's start talking about what's coming to Valorant to start off episode 2. Riot is trying to start off 2021 on a good note, with some pretty significant changes in patch 2.0. Nothing is safe in this patch. The rank system is getting a new overhaul, the smoke meta is getting turned on its head with buffs to Brimstone and nerfs to Omen, and the classic is getting its right-click burst brought down in strength in an effort to get rid of those rage-inducing one-shot right-clicks that happen way too often. Let's get right into these changes, and be sure to stick around to see where Yoru and your favorite agents end up in our tier list. Yoru is the focus of episode 2 Act 1. We predict with his new duelist themed kit, he will quickly become the meta and a fan favorite within the community soon enough. We will be breaking down more of Yoru's kit in a breakdown video coming soon. Make sure you stick around for later in the video to see where Yoru falls into our tier list. Out with the old and in with the new is the new theme behind Riot's new rank system that is being implemented into Valorant with this patch. The biggest change is that Riot has done away with the infamous meaningless ranked arrows, and they are implementing a real elo point system. This new ranked rating point system will take out the guesswork in your rank climb, and will let you know exactly where you're at on the ladder. Players can track how close they are to leveling up to the next rank, and once you're at the top of your region's server in Immortal and Radiant, you'll be introduced to Valorant's leaderboard, offering high elo players a chance to continuously fight for a top spot instead of getting bored of the grind. We will go into more detail on that leaderboard later, but let's talk about how this new rank system will function. Basically, Valorant's new rank system will work like League of Legends rank system. Each rank starting with Iron and ending with Diamond will have 3 levels within. Each time you gain 100 rank rating points, you will move up a tier. And now, the best part is with the addition of a leaderboard, you'll be able to see exactly where you are within each rank. Also, a point to remember, just like in the League of Legends elo system, if you lose while on 0 rating points, you will demote a tier. When this occurs, you'll be given a 10 rating buffer, which means you won't be demoted even further. You cannot go below 80 rating points after demoting a rank. The rank rating point system when you win is a combination of your personal in-game performance as well as your team's. Placements will also be different this time around in the new rank system. The max rank you can now place at is Platinum 3. You will also be able to climb the ladder faster if you ended the previous act in Platinum 3 or higher. The most interesting change out of all of this is how high elo will be structured moving forward. Gone are the 1, 2, and 3 tiers within Immortal rank. Immortal is now one rank that will take constant climbing to reach the top, and according to the leaderboard system, the top 500 players in Immortal are now considered to be Radiant rank. This functions very similarly to how Overwatch handles its high elo players in their rank system. This is a fantastic change that will make playing games in high elo more rewarding and transparent while climbing. Closing out the competitive rank changes, we need to talk about this leaderboard that us high elo players have demanded for so long. Leaderboards will be available for Immortal and Radiant. The Immortal leaderboard is for the top 1% of players, and the Radiant leaderboard will showcase your region's top 500 players, similar to how the Overwatch rank leaderboard showcases its high elo players. To be placed on the leaderboard, make sure you play at least 50 ranked games. From there, you'll need to play at least 1 game a week if you want to remain there. Luckily, there's no decaying within this new system, but your leaderboard rank will be hidden if you go longer than a week without playing. While the leaderboard still promotes grinding, at least there's a clear road ahead. It's easier to see where you are ranked now and how much it takes to climb even higher. Starting off with smoke agent changes, your favorite American agent is getting some big changes to his kit in an effort to make the smoke agent meta more diverse moving into episode 2. Brimstone has received some serious buffs that might just allow him to replace Omen as the primary smoker in the game. First and most importantly, Brimstone smokes have received some serious quality of life buffs, increasing the range they can be deployed from 4,200 to 5,000, and increasing the smoke's duration from 14.25 seconds to 19.25 seconds. This is huge for Brimstone because his smokes were pretty underwhelming, which made him lackluster compared to Omen smokes combined with the tools in his kit. That's not all for the Brimstone buffs though. He also got a price decrease on his molly from 300 to 200, and his stim beacon is now quick castable and has no equip time, which makes it a great buff to throw down for your teammates when you're in a pinch. Also, to wrap up these changes, Brimstone now no longer makes an activation sound when confirming the location of his SKYE smokes. This is a nice quality of life change that should help with keeping him low profile when tactically placing his smokes. These Brimstone changes are meant to make him more appealing compared to Omen, and honestly, these buffs just might do the trick in our opinion. Omen hasn't had a good start to his new year, and he's been hit with some pretty significant nerfs to bring him out of the S tier in the competitive meta. The biggest change that can be felt is the nerf to his smokes, as they have had their travel speed decrease from 4,000 to 2,800. That is almost half of what it previously was, and honestly, you will feel this change in game. No more panic smoking or quick smoking across the map to create a diversion. These Omen smoke nerfs will put a damper on how effectively he can be the main smoke agent in team comps. To top it off, Omen's Paranoia Flash has had his price double from 200 to 400, making this ability quite the investment when purchasing it in game. Omen has been the meta for quite some time, and with the timing of these Brimstone buffs, we might be seeing less of our favorite Ghost in ranked moving forward. Moving on into weapon changes, the classic pistol has had quite a few changes. The classic pistol will now become more inaccurate as you fire consecutive right-click burst fire shots. On top of that, the jumping accuracy penalty has been increased from 0.40 to 1.0, which is a huge hit to this gun's damage capabilities. The classic changes aren't over yet. It now has an increased input queue on right-click going from 0.65 to 0.225, and the right-click now has a recovery curve starting at 0.1 seconds. For many months now, both the pro and casual community have complained about the classic pistol's prowess, and finally, Riot has given this gun the proper nerfs it deserved. Alright, on to the most fun part of the video. The new updated tier list. Starting off, our S tier strong is the most versatile and powerful duelist agent in the game, Phoenix. Phoenix has been performing really well in the meta for several seasons now. Phoenix's consistency as an entry fragger and the versatility of the abilities in his kit allows him to become a god tier entry frag in the right hands. Phoenix is an agent that commands respect with his presence around the map. No other duelist in Valorant can make an entire enemy team run for their lives. Phoenix has been the king of the Valorant meta, but maybe a certain agent has the power to dethrone him coming soon. A new face to our S tier is the new and improved Brimstone. Brimstone was shown a lot of love by the developers after a slew of buffs were thrown his way in patch 2.0. These buffs were intended to shake up the meta and knock his counterpart OMEN down a peg or two. Brimstone's new smokes and cheaper molly means that his abilities have a lot more potency in a round when he has the money to buy all of them. And not to mention his stim beacon is now quick cast, which means you can boost your teammates instantly. With the new Valorant meta forming at the start of episode 2, you can look forward to seeing a lot more Brimstone in your games as the season unfolds. Rounding out our S tier is the new duelist from Japan, Yoru. Yoru has the potential to make some waves in Valorant. He is first and foremost a duelist, and his kit is geared around outplaying your enemies with his flashes, footsteps, portal, and ultimate. This means that he will be a potent flanker and lurker in game, so watch out for some clever invisible Yorus that try to go on the long flank. It's too early to tell how Yoru will affect the pro meta, but we can for certain guarantee Yoru will be an insta-lock for most players when he's available in ranked play. OMEN has been the go-to smoke agent for team comps both in competitive, ranked, and casual play, but his overpopularity has led to his downfall to A tier after he was served some fresh nerfs in patch 2.0. Riot wanted to bring OMEN back in line with the other controllers in Valorant, so they needed to nerf his smokes and flash because they were the sole reason he was being picked in 100% of pro games. OMEN is a well-balanced agent. He does not feel too oppressive to play against, and serves his purpose within the meta without being a glaringly broken agent. As Brimstone's popularity rises over the course of episode 2, we will start to be seeing less of our favorite ghost for the time being. Breach has seen several buffs over several patches in episode 1. The most important changes buffed his ability to thrash around the enemy team with his flashes, fault line, and ultimate. And a new flash meta was created after a torrent of buffs to Breach's abilities took place. This flash meta had made some waves in competitive Valorant by making the maps more attacker-sided. Breach is in a good spot now because of how well his kit sets up other agents to dominate. Don't expect Breach to go anywhere as the meta shifts over the course of episode 2. One of the main reasons SKYE has remained in A tier is due to how useful her flashes are. SKYE is the only agent in the game that can control exactly where her flashes go and how they detonate. She is the ultimate team first agent with how useful the utility in her kit is. So far, no other agents in the game are a direct counter to her, and on defense, many agents struggle to deal with a good SKYE that knows what she's doing. Unless Riot releases patches soon that nerf some of her utility, she's found herself a place in A tier. In a post-multiple operator meta, JETT isn't the useless agent we all thought she was when the game released. She is a very versatile agent that uses advanced quick movement to her advantage. She can AWP, she can entry, she can play up on elevated angles, and she can rifle with the best of them. JETT isn't the rage-inducing one-shot kill agent she previously was at the height of the operator's dominance. She is in a great spot in the competitive meta right now and comfortably sits in the A tier. Rounding out the A tier is SOVA. On the solo queue side of Valorant, SOVA is an agent that needs a lot of proactive play and a lot of practice in order for the user to get the most impact out of him. That is not a price many casual players want to pay when playing an agent, so they gravitate towards the more mechanically easier and user-friendly agents in the game. But despite his shortcomings, a well-trained SOVA can dominate an enemy team with ease. Closing out our A tier is CYPHER. CYPHER's nerfs he received to his tripwires and camera have made him less effective at doing his job he once did so well, and that job is active information gathering. The Sentinels as a class have been getting the short end of the stick the past few patches, so it's only par for the course that CYPHER is not as strong or as popular as he once was. CYPHER is still a great info gathering agent, but there are more agents in the game now that can do his job better, just in different ways. Starting off the B tier strong is RAZE. RAZE is a good agent even though she has been quiet in the meta recently. After the Sentinels disappeared from the meta, RAZE's damage abilities were no longer needed to get rid of the Sentinels' utility around the map. Also, with the new addition of Yoru into the game, RAZE is becoming the odd man out in the duelist class because of the lack of flashes in her kit. The defining mechanic built into duelist agents' kits are their CC abilities, and RAZE has had hers slowly nerfed over time, so it was only a matter of time before she slipped down in our tier list. If you want more help learning how you can improve your gameplay in Valorant, make sure you check out ProGuides.com. You can quickly upload your gameplay VODs on our website, and we have coaches online 24/7 who will quickly get back to you and help you on your journey towards improving in Valorant. ProGuides.com will teach you the necessary skills to rank up faster, enjoy the game more, and receive premium help from our online coaches. You can book a session whenever you need it according to your schedule. No more time being stuck in your elo. Head over to ProGuides.com to begin the journey to the rank of your dreams. KILLJOY received some pretty significant nerfs in Act 3, which brought down her oppressiveness on defense. These nerfs also restricted her map movements heavily because of how reliant she was on using her gadgets to get her advantage. These nerfs take away from KILLJOY's ability to rotate and have a bigger presence when on defense. It also forces KILLJOY to prioritize staying alive at all costs, which reduces her potential to go for proactive plays in-game. KILLJOY's power in her kit has been greatly reduced compared to when she was first released, and because of that, she has fell down further into B tier. REYNA is a straightforward agent in that her only job is to flash her way on the site and get the opening pick. She was the queen of entry fragging and shared the throne with her counterpart Phoenix, but now that there's a new sheriff in town, Yoru has even more stealth capabilities that allow him to keep a lower profile both when entry fragging and lurking, and his flashes can't be shot out like REYNA's can. With a new duelist in the meta that has an even more overloaded kit than REYNA's, it was only a matter of time before REYNA fell further down into our tier list. Sage is a shell of her former self, because her stalling power and her healing power were slowly gutted over time by the devs at Riot. I understand where they were coming from with the nerfs though. In the first 2 acts after Valorant's release, the game became very defender-sided, and a lot of people used Sage as a scapegoat for the defender meta and how slow the gameplay in Valorant had become. I will agree that her stalling power was slightly overtuned, but she did not deserve to get gutted with nerfs in the process. Sage can still find decent use simply because her ultimate is the most powerful ability in the game, but until Sage receives a rework or some love in the form of buffs and changes, she will be at the bottom of B tier. As we talk about our last agent for today, I would like to mention that C tier does not mean that an agent is useless. They are just simply outshined by the other agents above them in the list. With that being said, Viper is an agent that in the right hands can be game-changing, but in inexperienced hands can be a hindrance to your team. Viper needs a slight rework to the way her kit functions if she wants to be seen as a meta agent. While there are no updates for Viper in patch 2.0, the devs have confirmed that they are keeping a close eye on her and changes will be coming to her in the future. Well everyone, that's all we have for the Valorant 2.0 patch rundown. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Alright everyone, good luck, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next one.